All right, guys, I'm going to share with you another Seiko 5 Sports watch. I did one before, but it was a bit of an interesting colorway. This one's much more conservative. This is what it looks like on my 7¼ inch wrist. This is the factory NATO strap that comes with it. This particular model is the srpd87. You can see it has a retail price of $295, and it has the caliber 4R36 movement. So this was sent over by Mimo of Mimo's Jewelry. I'll put a link to his website in the description, and you'll want to click on that and search around, see which colorway works best for you, and then apply the discount code. You'll be able to get a deal on it. So here it is in all its glory. This is a really nice, deep, rich blue color. And of course, you're going to have the hand wind and the hacking with this non-screw down crown. You're still going to have the 100-meter water resist, even though there isn't a screw down crown, such as like the SKX. And I know that's what most people are going to compare this watch to. But although it's visually similar, it is a different watch. It has an upgraded movement. It has, better looking, I guess that's divisive whether you think it's better looking or not, but like the raised styled indices. Traditionally when people, even when they mod these SKX, they put raised indice dials in them, whether they're aftermarket, such as like on this Crystal Times, or if they are the Turtle dials or any other dials they're sourced from, they traditionally go with a dial more like this one. So this one right out of the box pretty much has a lot of the things that you like to do, the hand wind and the hack, and then the little bit different looking dial. Where it's lacking compared to the SKX or the even the mod style watches, typically you're going to have a lume pip, and you're going to have, if you're modding, you're going to end up with a sapphire crystal. You can mod these. It takes the same crystal. In fact, I intend to mod this one, so I probably will be swapping the bezel insert. I'll put a sapphire crystal in it. crystaltimes.net, I think it is. I'll put a link to their website down in the description. Offers an aftermarket crown and stem assembly, which adds another gasket. They're not saying that the water resistance is above 100, but they're insinuating that it is, which really that's all done by gaskets. The main reason you're going to screw down your crown, sure, you can force a little bit better seal on a gasket, but the main reason to have a screw down crown is to protect it from being popped out. But if you have these crown guards here, that really shouldn't happen. And even at 100 meter, I would not be afraid to use this in water type sports. It's going to be fine. I think a lot of us put too much emphasis on the screw down crown, when in reality, in day-to-day life, we don't really need it. And same goes for a lume pip. Sure, it's nice, but most people don't even turn this bezel unless they're using it as a fidget spinner. And then occasionally, if you are timing something, you can still use it to time things. You're just not going to have a lume pip. But that's easily, changed. You can just swap it out, just like you would on any other SKX. But in its stock form, which I suspect a lot of people will keep it in that stock form because there is a bunch of different colorways and they're all reasonably priced. Maybe you don't want a mod, but you wanted the hand wind and the hack. Well, this is your answer. It's essentially the same size case, 42.5 millimeter. It might be a touch thicker because it has the display case back, but for the most part, it's kind of the same watch. So, and there's parts and everything, and I'm going to get into detail when I start doing other videos on this, when I do the sapphire crystal, and I'll do the crown upgrade and the bezel and bezel insert, and I even have some bracelet options that we'll explore. But this one on the NATO strap, the NATO strap's actually really nice. So if you like NATO straps, be prepared to just keep it on this one. I found it totally wearable, and I traditionally don't wear NATO straps. So, and it's nice to have a display case back as well. It's always fun to see what's going on in your mechanical watch. I did throw this on the time grapher after a quick wind up on it. And now Seikos do have a plus or minus for its acceptable range. And this thing's running at about a plus 18 seconds. That's in the dial up testing. So running a little fast, but you know, it is new, and we'll see over time what it does, because I will do some long-term testing with this one. So, but you can see on this blue strap, it's paired up really good. There's a bunch of different colorways. I almost went with it has a little bit off-white, and then it has a whiter chapter ring. I almost went with that one, but I figured it was a little bit safer bet to go with this one, especially when I start to mod. I'm going to be able to do a lot more options as far as straps or bezel inserts or whatever I want to do with it. I think it was just a safer bet. So here is the box that it's going to come in. It comes in like this outer cardboard box, which is going to have your information on there. And then inside that box, you're going to have this weird colorway of cardboard box, very basic, a cheap pillow put in there. So not much spent on the presentation, but that also helps keep the price down. So I can try to give you guys some close-ups here. But you can see it has a really beautiful blue dial there. I like the new design for the 5. If you look back at some of the older Seiko 5sports models, it said like 5sports or sports right on it, and I much prefer this method here, where it has like the sideways 5 that doubles as a 5 and an S for sports. It's all tied into one. So much like on some of the newer Seikos where it has the Pro Specs, the P and the X are, or the P and the S are it turned into an X or whatever. You guys know what I mean, right? So I think it's a nice play, and it keeps the dial much cleaner looking. Really nice polished handset on this, and I suspect they will continue, as in Seiko, will continue to put out many colorways. They seem to be selling well, and you know, although if you're watching this channel and you're big time into the Seikos and the divers and stuff like that, maybe this watch isn't for you. And if you watched till now over 7 minutes, I'm not sure if you are dead set against buying one of these. I'm not sure why you would watch this video this long, but this watch is selling. Like, they're doing pretty well with it. So not all the colorways, but you know, there was a opportunity there to change things up, and Seiko did that. And Seiko is in the business of selling watches. So just like, I don't know, just like anything in life, I don't like Toyota Prius, right? So I'm not going to go buy one, but I'm going to go buy that instead or whatever. So if this is, I don't know, that's a horrible analogy maybe, but you guys know what I mean. Like, if this watch isn't for you, then why are you focusing on it? Move on, go get something else. There's tons of other options, but there are a ton of people that this watch 100% works for them, whether they're going to keep it in the stock form or if they're going to modify it. It's totally a good purchase. It's a good watch to buy and enjoy. It has the drilled lug holes, so you're going to be able to do different strap options. The bracelets that Seiko, I would like to try one, the stock bracelet that they include with these. At some point I will, but if you're going to wear it on straps, I think this would wear easily on, say, like an elastic style strap. That would work really well, so I'll probably try it on that at some point. But right now I'm just going to try it on this NATO, and then I do have a strap code Jubilee in with the special spring bars that are for just this, and I'll do a separate video just totally on that. So let's check out the loom, and then I'm going to close you guys out because I babbled way too long already. So I have a couple SKX here. I have a 007, a 009, and then I have the aftermarket one here. So the loom should be very similar across the board on these. So you can see there the the 5KX on my left and the standard old traditional 009 SKX on my right. You can see they are pretty much similar, or about the same anyway, I think. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you on the next video.